Okay, so before I get into these algs, I just want to explain why I'm doing this and how it's going to work. So I'm learning all these algs, firstly because I want to, but also because I know how important it is to have recognition down for zbll, and I know that I can be a bit lackluster at it if I don't practice it ahead of time, or if I just haven't been seeing the cases for a long time. So I just want to learn it while I am slower and while it isn't as worth it. Although it is still worth it for my speed, it's not as worth it as it will be when I actually get good at CBLO, and that's when it will really be helpful. So how this is going to work is, first I'll show the recognition for each case, then I'll show the AUF stickers, which are the stickers that you need to look at in order to recognize the AUF you're going to have, and then I'll show the alg while I explain how it intuitively works, and then finally I'll show the alg done fast. Okay, so this first case is probably one of the easiest cases in zbll to recognize. It's literally just everything is permuted except these two corners need to be oriented. So, and then the AUF sticker is this sticker right here, and it just stays in the same place when you do the alg. So it's, yeah, so it's just this corner. You might think it's the pieces that are solved around it, but it is this sticker because it'll do, if you want to recognize from here, which I don't recommend, it would do a U, and that it just requires much more thinking than just knowing a certain sticker. So anyways, here's the alg. So you it's pretty simple. You just take out this pair first with R, U prime, R prime, and so that it's split. Then you do, basically you do a lefty anti-soon, and that'll end up joining this pair, but not solving it. So here's what I mean. So it does L, U2, or L prime, U2, L, U, and then you insert this pair, and then you just have the U2 insert. And as you can see, that was no AUF because we had the sticker was matching this. And here's the algorithm fast. Okay, so this is the next case, and you can recognize it by this kind of H-perm pattern where you have this block here and this block here. And the AUF stickers are any of these four edges that we have, because they all stay in the same place. So here's the alg. You do R, U2, R prime to take this pair out, and then you basically just do triple sexy. So you do U prime, R, U prime, U prime, and then U prime, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, and then you insert the pair. Faster, it looks like this. Okay, so these next couple of cases are going to be soon plus anti-soon variants, and that'll be anything with a soon variant anywhere in the alg. So that means back soon, anti-soon, back anti-soon, anything like that. And these cases, because they're all RU moves or LU moves, it's pretty easy to mirror them. So if you want to mirror them, you can, but I'm just going to show the algs that I would normally do. So anyways, the first case looks like this. And personally, I recognize it by this, and all of these next cases, I recognize by by one block and one opposite block. So what that means is these two colors are opposite and these are the same. And usually, they're actually not usually, but like almost half the time, it's gonna be like a block that's connected where the opposite block and normal block are together, and then half of the time there's going to be an opposite block like over here or something, and then the solve block will be right here. But anyways, for this case, the opposite block is right here, and the solve block is right here. So that's how you recognize it. And the AUF stickers that I use are these two edges, any of these two edges, and it's basically just, it consists of the edges that we don't use for these blocks. So that'll be pretty consistent throughout and those will, yeah, that will be very consistent throughout these next cases, which is why I don't like using a corner, because the two edges that aren't part of the blocks are almost always, if not always, AUF stickers. But anyways, here's the alg. So first you want to do soon from the back, and how I recognize that part is that I do it in the way of the, like, the normal block is, but where the opposite block is. So you want to, like, kind of preserve this. You want to preserve it in the first R move, or L move, I guess, that you do. You want to be preserving this first the real block and not the opposite block. So it's back soon. So you do it from here. So that preserves this for one move. But anyways, and then you do back soon, and then from here you do U prime, and then you just do soon. And faster, it looks like this. So this next case is very similar. It's just the mirror of the last case. So instead of the block of the opposite block and the normal block, this square, instead of that being in the back, that's going to be now in the front. And like I said, you recognize it. You can differentiate the cases from the R move that you do. So if you were to do it from the back, that would break up this. But if you were to do it from here, which is what you are going to do, is you don't break that up in the first move. So anyways, here's the alg. Oh yeah, and the AOF stickers are still the same. They're the two edges that aren't in this block, but as you can see, the corner has changed. Instead of it being like what this corner would be, it's now this corner, and so it's just very hard to, like, differentiate where it is. But this has a pattern, and so you want to be using those. But here's the alg. So you just do, so again, you do the R move that doesn't break up the block, and you do soon from here, and then you do U prime, or you do U, and then you do back soon. And then faster, it looks like this. Okay, so here are the next cases. So for these cases, we still have the block and the opposite block, but instead for this case, they aren't in the same like corner. It is gonna be here and here, and this time you want to do it in the direction of the opposite block instead of the edge block. So you want to start doing the soon in the direction of this piece. I mean, like, you want to do the R or L move in the direction that doesn't break this up for the first move. And that's how you differentiate it, the opposite and the normal case for this. So for this case, you do anti-soon right here. Oh yeah, and the AOF stickers are here and here. And again, this corner is different, as you can see. But these are pretty much the same because they are not part of the other blocks. So you can just look to these other ones. So anyways, here's the alg. So you do anti-soon right here, and then you do a U, and then back anti-soon. And faster, it looks like this. So these next set of cases, which are going to be 4 cases, are going to be basically just these two OLLs. And it's going to be divided up by, if you do soon or anti-soon, or not anti-soon, soon or back soon. So it's either going to be soon in the front or the end, or anti-soon in the front or the end, or it's going to be this alg in the front or the end, or this alg in the front or the end. Okay, so here is the first of those 4 cases that consists of versions of soon and versions of h from the front, back, and a bunch of variations. So the first case looks like this, where you have the block right here and the opposite block right here. And for these next 4 cases, we're going to be recognizing this edge sticker right here. So right now it's solved when we do the alg. And here's how the alg goes. So first, we want to do a back anti-soon, like this. And then we want to be canceling in to this case, as if you can see, it's just an R away. But because we would be doing R twice, we just do an R2. And we do U2 and just do that alg. And faster, it looks like this. So this next case is very similar. We have the mirror. So instead the block is here, the back block is right here, and the opposite block is right here. And okay, so how we're gonna recognize the difference between them is you want to start the anti-soon or back anti-soon from the opposite block, and you want to do it so that it preserves it for the starting move. But anyways, here, and same AOF sticker, it's right here. You might think it's right here because we said it was going to be the same place, but what I mean is, like, it's going to always be this right edge. So here is the alg. So we want to do anti-soon now. And then again, because we would be doing R prime, we just cancel it into an R2. And then we do this alg where it is from this angle. And faster, it looks like this. Okay, so these next 2 cases are going to be where they're kind of similar to the first case, the first 2 cases that I taught. But instead of having this block of having a normal and opposite block over here, where these 2 things are facing you, it's going to be where they aren't facing you, and it's going to be like from here. And so the edge is still right here. It's still the right edge. But now how you're going to recognize it is you want to be preserving the opposite block when you're doing the starting move for these next 2 cases. So you want to start the alg by doing this OLL from this. So like that. And so it's like, but you want to be doing it from the back for this case, because that's how you preserve the opposite block for the first move. So, and now again, because we would just be doing RR, we can just cancel into it with an R2, and that's just as soon that we were canceling into there. And faster, it looks like this. Okay, so these are next 2 cases. Same AOF sticker, just this one right here. And for this case, we still want to be breaking up the AOF sticker, so that's how you differentiate 2 cases. And so that would not be this. That would be this. And this is the same thing where we're going to be doing the H before the soon variant. So for this case, it's still gonna be this, where we do start from here and not from here. So it's gonna be like this. Same thing with cancellation. We would be doing R prime, so just do R2 and cancel into the back soon. And faster, it looks like this. Okay, so for the last two cases, it's going to just be 2 zbmm blocks. And so for this first case, it's going to be right here and right here. But you only need to see one because there's no other cases like this. So, yeah. And then for both of these cases, because the alg starts from the same angle, it's gonna be this corner, and it's just gonna be U2 away. So during the alg, it does a U2. Basically in the middle of the soons, there's a U2. So it kind of makes sense why this is just gonna be going a U2 away, and so this is solved. This is solved AUF, basically. But anyways, here's the alg. So you just do anti-soon, U2, and then soon. And you can also kind of recognize, because this is an AUF sticker for soon, so you can kind of recognize in the middle if you mess up, if you want to do that instead. But I recommend just figuring out this one. And if you just want to do it on the fly, and you can't really, you just want to do it and it's taking too long, you can just do that in the middle of the alg, although it is less efficient. And faster, it looks like this. Okay, so this last case is going to have the zbmm blocks from this angle and from this angle. So you kind of only need to see this. And it kind of just looks like it's a zbmm. Like it's a weird kind of pattern, but it's different. It's different from every other case. So no other case has the specific pattern on the side. So you can just recognize it from this one side of the case. And again, the AUF stickers are here and here, just this corner. It just does a U2. And here's the alg. So instead of doing anti-soon and then soon, anti-soon, U2, and then soon, we're now gonna do soon, U2, anti-soon. So yeah, so just soon, U2, anti-soon. And faster, it looks like this. Okay, so those were all the L2GLL cases. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.